Alright, hey, what's up everyone? Here we are, hole 2. Let's see what we got on this one. One of the things you may want to bring, depending on the wind that we see here, is maybe a rock. I didn't realize that it was going to be this club, or this hole. Not with that wind, I don't think. Maybe. You might be able to get away with a rock here. And one of the advantages to using the rock, if you do, is it's still going to have quite a bit of curl, just like the Apocalypse, but it's going to be way more accurate. So I may do that on my second guide. Yeah, especially with how far this is extending out. Especially if you have a Rock 9, that's going to be the shot here. And my biggest concern is the accuracy. So I'm going to need to land it around here. I usually do this with a... So first off, I'm going to do about 5 rings of aim. And then we're going to scale back our power. So you can see that I'm only going about half power, which should hopefully help me focus on perfect ball. It looks like I'm able to get it. But what I'm basically trying to do... Ooh, it looks like I actually carried it too far still. So I'm going to have to scale back my power even more than that, which is another indicator that the rock is going to be a very good club. It still has almost the same curl as the Apocalypse does. And on top of that, it's going to have way more accuracy. And you can see distance really wasn't the key because I actually landed down this hill. So it was just a bit too much on the power, even with where I did. I only went maybe 50% power, somewhere in there. So for my next guide, we're going to do something similar, but with the rock. And I would have done that had I realized that this was going to be the hole. I would have at least prepared that. Even though this club, this account probably only has like a Rock 6, Rock 7, maybe a little bit tougher with those early clubs. As you can see here, I only have a Nirvana 4. But even from the rough with that mistake, even if I landed on this rough, another thing I could do is I could just top spin it down here, but it might not be consistent doing it that way. So it's not the ideal method, but it could result in a good shot there. So let's just... I'm just going to use just a little bit of wind effect. You can see I'm worried about a cup outside. If you can get that perfect ball, you're still going to be okay in the rough down here. But ideally, you'll want to be able to hone in on that. And you can see that I got my great ball, so it's not going to be able to go in. But in the event that you guys are able to master that set amount of power that you'll need and club specific. As I mentioned, next time I'll bring the rock and we'll do something a little bit different, but it'll be a little bit more advanced bag. So if we have to do this with the early rocks, it's a little bit more challenging. It may be, beneficial if you have those Apocalypse, just to kind of do like a no power Apoc or very little power. So if I just back off this power, you can see the needle's barely going to be shaking, so hopefully I can still catch that perfect ball. So the accuracy really won't come into play quite as much, considering that it won't be that shaky of a needle. And, hopefully we can still get that perfect ball. So good luck with that hole. I'll catch you guys on the revision of this and see you guys on hole 3 momentarily.